Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of BizBlend podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about where heart meets hustle and also where entrepreneurship, leadership, and resilience meet over real conversations. I'm your host, Sana, and today we are shifting gears, literally and figuratively, as we dive into the world of auto repair from a bold and refreshing angle. Listeners, our guest is Moira Sheehan, the powerhouse founder behind CARma AutoCare, which is a female and family owned shop in Pula, Georgia. Now, with a background in business consulting and MBA to match, Moira's not your typical shop owner, listeners. She has taken an industry historically dominated by men and turned it into a platform for transparency, education, and also community upliftment. So, whether you are an entrepreneur, a woman navigating male heavy industries, or just someone curious about what it means to run a heart led business with steel like standards, this conversation is for you. So, with that, Moira, welcome to the show, and I am absolutely honored to have you here with us.
Oh, thanks so much, Santa. What a lovely introduction. I'm going to have to take you with me everywhere to introduce me.
No, I mean, I must. I mean, I'm such a, I'm admiring your, um, you know, journey, your work because, you know, it's typical. It's conventional that whenever we think about auto repair, auto industry, we I mean, very seldom picture a female entrepreneur making waves in that. So that's something so inspiring, and I'm absolutely looking forward to explore that, Moira. So before we talk about that, I would love to know your journey. Our listeners would love to know your journey. What made you shift from transforming or coming from the corporate world, then coming into the gritty world of auto repair? And what did people not understand about that decision?
Well, Santa, yes, I was in the corporate world, but I had always been interested in cars. I had raced cars since I was younger. I had built my own engines. I had always been a shade tree mechanic. And, growing up female, you're told that you can't work on cars as a living just because you're female. So, of course, I did what I was told, and I went to college and I got an MBA and I did the corporate world. And then in 2007, I was a business management consultant when the economy collapsed. So I lost all of my contracts, but I had saved up some money and I thought, well, this is a good time in life. Maybe I should go do what I really like to do, which is mess around with cars. And that's how it started 17 years ago. And it's not an easy path, that's true, but I feel it's very rewarding because my mission is threefold. I want to give customers a place to get their cars worked on that is welcoming and truthful and transparent. I want to provide an employer in this industry that treats their staff with kindness and, dare I say it, love. And I want young women to feel that this is a great career alternative for them because automotive technicians are not like it used to be. It's not just all muscle and brawn. I mean, yes, you have to be a strong person, but a lot of it now is how you think and understanding the computers in cars and how to scan them and electrical issues. It's so much more involved. And I don't think that's exclusive to men. So I think women can be very successful in this industry. I'm both the counter in doing service advising as well as being a technician.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love it. That's really, really inspiring, Moira. Really. Um,
Thank you,
and
Senna.
and you have built a trusted brand in a field where trust can be hard to come by, and especially for unfortunately, whenever let's say we would heard, okay, a woman is repairing my auto, a woman is running the business. Um, I had to think about it. I mean, how do you educate and empower your customers rather than just, simply serving them or just justifying that, yes, you are capable, your team is capable.
I think the answer to that is in show and tell. So we do a lot of show and tell. We show you your vehicle, whether it's in person or with an inspection report with photos and videos. And answering questions of customers directly, not talking round and round, not using, complicated terms, just making it very clear to them instills a lot of credibility and trust because, again, we're so transparent. We're going to show you what we're talking about. And it's really a joy to teach people about their own vehicle. A lot of people don't understand. They think it's a big mystery. So many things on a car are not. Most things any intelligent human being can understand. They just have to learn it. And that's what we enjoy doing at CARma is teaching people about their car.
Mm, wow. And uh, I mean, as a woman in the auto repair industry, Moira, what were some of the real unfiltered barriers you faced internally and externally?
Well, I still have the phone calls probably once a week where someone calls up and I answer the phone and they say, I need to talk to somebody about my car. And I say, well, I'm the owner. I can help you. And they'll say, no, really, I need someone who knows about cars. And then I kindly explain, I've been doing this all my life. I've been the shop owner for 17 years. Usually they might be shocked a little bit, but they'll proceed. There's a few that are you just accept that they're just not a good fit. And that's okay. There's plenty of people that don't care about it being a woman, and that's the way it should be. Why should it matter what your gender is in any industry or any field? So, yeah, again, with winning them over with just knowledge and visibility makes all the difference. The other problems were I think it was a little difficult on my boys. I have 2 now adult grown sons. They're 24 and 20. And I think it was a little strange for their mom to come pick them up in carpool dirty with tires in the back, smelling like rubber because they went to a private school and the other moms were not like that. So they've done great. They're both very successful. And of course, I'm very proud of them. But I think it was hard on them having a mom also that worked all the time and in a very non traditional industry. But hey, now they both know how to work on cars. So there's that.
Wow. But that must have been so cool.
At the time, they didn't think so.
Yeah, wow. And let's go beyond the surface here. Uh, uh Moira, what doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to owning space in a male dominated field, in general, if we talk about it?
I think probably no one talks about how it can be very lonely because I am a single woman owner. And for example, when I go to conventions with auto repair shop owners, there might be 1,500 in the crowd and only a handful are women. And you can feel very isolated and lonely and you don't really connect with them. And they look at you like you're, a strange animal when you introduce yourself as the owner. So that gets to be a little tough. So you can look outside of the industry and look for other female mentors who are in non-traditional fields. Of course, my friends and my boys are a great inspiration to me and keep me going. But yeah, it could definitely get lonely. I think in all entrepreneurship, it can get lonely, and particularly when you're in a male-dominated field as a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and talking about your work and your team, they use ASA certified technicians, uh, the modern innovations as well, OEM parts, and these are high standards, Moira. So, was it tough to hold on to those values while scaling and keeping the price also competitive? Because auto industry it can be really tricky when it comes to pricing or demand. So, what would you say on that?
It wasn't hard for me to maintain my standards because when I talk to a customer, I realize that I could see them tomorrow in the grocery store, and I wanna be able to feel that I did the right thing by them and their car and be able to look them in the eye honestly. And make that connection with them inside or outside the shop. So it was never hard for me, even in the really rough economic times, going through COVID or when I first started and it was a bad economy. I never felt like I had to compromise on price or by doing the right thing because that just really eroded my brand.
Mm,
So I never felt that way.
true. That's impressive. It's impressive,
Oh,
Mora.
thank you. I mean, I just, how do you want to live your life? How do you want to be perceived, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And, what kind of example do I want to be for my staff and my children? I think that really plays a part in it.
Absolutely.
And if
Great.
I'm not, I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Moira.
And if I'm not honest with my customers and my staff is watching me, are they ever going to have trust in me? Are they going to think I'm honest with them? So I think it just, it's that ripple effect. It's through your whole life of how you conduct yourself affects all of the people around you and what they think of you.
True, true. I really loved the fact that you mentioned that, uh, the customers who are coming to your garage, who are coming for your service, uh, or, or products. I mean, they are local. I mean, today you are interacting with them. Tomorrow you may meet them at your local grocery store. So it's very localized, and definitely there has to be. Uh, I think it's more about the word of the mouth and more about the trust. So that is absolutely essential when it comes to most of the local businesses as well and the community led businesses.
Yeah, I think it's really important to be part of a community to be vulnerable a little bit and show who you really are. I do think it comes across that we just started doing some serious meta ads, Facebook, Instagram, and doing a lot of videos. And I think it comes across in the videos too, because in all of the videos, I'm interacting with the staff or it's just staff. You can tell they're sincerely happy and enjoy what they do. And I don't think you can have that if people have to hide anything about who they really are. I think it shows our openness and our willingness to interact with the customer in every video that we have too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And talking about community, I mean, you are partnering with local nonprofits as well, Moira. So, was that always a strategic part of your business plan, or did it evolve through your personal experiences?
Well, I feel that as an employer in the area, you have to give back. I think that's definitely a requirement to be a good corporate citizen. And of course, I choose those nonprofits that are dear to me in one way or another. So, for example, I did a lot of work with Greenbrier Children's Center, which is a home for abused and neglected children here in Savannah. And that was what I was consulting. And then we continued to support them once I opened the shop. Then I've also worked with Safe Shelter for women that are abused and battered because it's just, I feel that women are often neglected in our society. And I feel like that's the thing that I need to support, women and children because they're the most easiest preyed upon in our society. And then this year we've been supporting women and sheltered from the rain. So this is again women with children, single moms trying to get a foothold, and we do events. We participate in car shows. We also do things like take a car that's been abandoned, donate the labor, ask our suppliers or vendors for the parts to donate the parts so that we can get them back on the road because having a vehicle, of course, is vitally important to your success in life, especially in a town that doesn't have a great transit system. So I feel again, it's just a responsibility as an employer to be kind to people, especially to those who are struggling, as well as my staff and my customers.
That's impressive. I mean, you're working with
You.
organizations like Safe Shelter, Green Brier, Children's Center. Wow. I just want to bring another aspect into this, just from a different perspective that critics would say that customers, they would just want fast, affordable repairs. Not education or coffee or Wi-Fi and then the waiting area or other amenities. So w- is like, what would you say on this? That is karma like over engineering the customer experience, or is it like it's kind of building an ecosystem uh, on the customer experience?
Well, I agree with them. It should be fast and convenient. So we do a lot of things like all of our processes are electronic. Customer doesn't even have to come to the shop at all other than to drop off the vehicle. They can drop the keys off in a lockbox. They don't ever have to come in. I'm right near the airport in Savannah, so we will work on their car while they're traveling. We'll take them to the airport, put their car back in parking, whatever they need, and then the estimate, the inspection report, and the invoice can all be sent to you either by text or by email, and you can even pay with your phone, and then you can pick up with, lock boxes that have security codes on them. So I try to make the processes easy, and now we have such great technology to be able to do this that you can have it fast and, uh, not I wouldn't say low cost, but fairly priced.
Mm. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Interesting. So it's not only the repair, but the, like bundle of services provided along with the repair work as well.
Yeah, that's right. And all of us are so busy these days. Anything I can do to make that process quicker and less painful, I'm on it. I'm with it.
Mm. That's quite innovative because uh, this industry is traditionally very, uh, you know, uh, uh, hands-on driven approach, not much technological advances. That's what people would think, critics would think, that not much of technological advancements have been made. But and it's a very creative blend of tech with customer experience and of course team building. So that's interesting, Maya.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, for when I got into this industry, I had come from my business management background was with in tech. So I was quite shocked when I got into it how there was almost no technology, but it's gotten so much better in the last few years that there's no reason not to, and it's not that expensive. There's no reason to not use it. Now, I'm even using now a virtual assistant through AI, and she learns as she answers every phone call. So if we can't catch a call, we call her Scarlett, and it feels like she's another employee because we talk about her so much, but she does a great job of catching the phone calls when we can't, so customers can still feel like there's some personal connection even though they're talking to an AI voice.
Wow. Oh, that's something very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
great, great. Moira, so if our listeners, they would like to connect with you and also get to know more about how CARma AutoCare is revolutionizing both at the local level and from the technological level in the auto repair industry, what would be the best way?
They can go to our website, www.carmaautocare.com, and that's karma with a C, because we create great karma and auto repair, and I am the ma of cars.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I could get hint about both the aspects from the name. It's really a beautiful creative wordplay in there.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So I'll make sure to have the links in the show notes for our listeners. And Mara, this was absolutely an incredible conversation. Um, Definitely. I mean, firstly, it reminds me of breaking barriers. It doesn't mean breaking down who we are. I think it means building something better, stronger, but with authenticity. And y- your journey is a roadmap for founders everywhere, not only the women founders, but for all the founders and entrepreneurs. out there. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Senna. I'm gonna call you anytime I feel that I'm not doing the right thing or I'm getting depressed so you can pump me up because you're doing a great job of making me feel great about myself.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for. Oh, great. So listeners, as we wrap up this episode of This Blend, if this conversation inspired you, it challenged your assumptions, the stereotypes, or it made you think differently about your own business, share it, review it, and connect with us. And also do check out CARma AutoCare and refer to the show notes along with this episode. Until next time, stay bold, stay blended, and keep building what others only dream of. This is BizBlend, and I'm your host, Sana. Thank you.